Hi, everyone. Our subject today is about Muslims' failures. Yes, Muslims' failures. All right. Now, scholars and researchers from all walks of life testify that the Islamic world is in deep crisis. Violence, authoritarianism, social and economic backwardness are obvious problems for all. On the other hand, researchers are far from agreeing on the cause of these problems. Some say that Islam is a religion that glorifies violence and encourages its use, and it is inhuman and unable to keep pace with the progress of civilization, and therefore it is backward. While others believe that the cause of the religion's misery is due to Western colonialism, which all the political and economic and social resources of the Islamic world were exploited to the point where it has not been able to recover from this exploitation until today. A Muslim would ask why the Islamic world has failed to the last rank in the world when it comes to democracy, economic progress, social justice, education, and human rights after living through an amazing golden age during the Middle Ages. The answer to this is that the chiefly responsible for the authoritarianism and backwardness of the Islamic world is the sinister alliance between religions or between religious scholars and statesmen. The crisis in the Muslim world does not lie in religion itself. In the same time of decline in Islamic world, Europe was rising remarkably because the military aristocracy and the clergy were forced to share their power with the rising class of intellectuals and merchants. In the Islamic world, a coalition of statesmen and clerics, marginalized intellectuals and merchants, and definitely Islam is a religion which is not responsible for the misery. Because this same religion produced an unparalleled civilization in the period between the 8th and 12th century AD. Now, during these periods between 8th and 12th century, Islamic world became a center of enlightenment, science, research, art, and culture. Although colonialism had its bad impact, but was actually a consequence and exacerbation of pre-existing political, social, and economic problems. Even after the Crusades and Mongol invasion, Muslims regained their military and political strength and recovered from this crushing devastation, but unfortunately, with a standing still of no contribution to science and research thereafter, because the sinister alliance prevailed to remain the main reason for the decline. During the Golden Age, the Islamic world became the Mecca of East and West, the market of ideas characterized by diversity and lively competition until the Abbasid dynasty started distributing feudal lands to soldiers, leading to the rise of military aristocrats as a new ruling class. And thus, Seljuk, Turks, and Ottoman militarized the state structure, ignoring merchants and thinkers. So the intellectuals fell into financial crisis. Public universities established to let scholars gradually enter the service of the state and founded the idea that the state and region and this, that the state and religion are twins. Thanks to scholar named Al-Ghazali, who published his famous book, The Revival of Religious Sciences. And his concept and idea was spread all over the Muslim world and received in acceptance or something like that. Now, this is considered as a major reason for backwardness and failures. This alliance, still ruling in most of the Islamic world, add to this the delayed introduction of printing for almost 300 years due to religious resistance, which is ridiculous. Deteriorating the education to 1% in 1800 versus 31% in Europe, with the creativity of their thinkers and productivity of their economy. Now, any country that experiences a civilized boom must have had thinkers and economic actors who become creative, productive, and free, or who are creative and productive and free. So, rather than religion, these classes' capabilities, Islamic world inclined toward solidifying the sinister alliance which led to the creation of terrorist factions with the help of the Western world as well as some Muslim countries. Our statesmen are contented with the status of our Islamic world, but if the communities of this Islamic world wish to change and level up with the free and civilized world, we have to assign politics to politicians and religion to religious, and each to position in properly assigned posts. And then work on pushing education and economy and encourage the consumption of anything we can and should produce to conserve and recycle the national wealth and its benefits. Thank you.